A very common use case is to chat with your PDF. In this module, we're going to be building an AI app that chats with multiple PDF files. Specifically, we're going to look at 3 quarterly earnings reports, and we'll gain insights on a shipping company called FLNG. Additionally, we're going to use metadata to improve the quality of the results. Okay, let's get started to build this flow. As always, I am in the home screen and I'm going to add a new flow. I'm going to first go to my document loader and I have 3 PDFs. So what I'm going to do is drag this PDF file as a document loader, and I'm going to select the first file. Let's start with the first quarter 2023 of these results. So this is the earnings reports for this company called FLNG. All right, so I'm gonna select that, and that is my first report. All right, I'm going to then select my next one, and I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm going to add fourth quarter PDF, and I'll do one more for the third quarter. Okay, and I'll specify that here. All right, so what this will do is that it's going to load the 3 documents. Now what I'm going to do is to add in a text splitter. Okay, so this chunks up the documents so that it can be stored in the vector store. So as always, I'm going to use this recursive character splitter, and I've noticed that a smaller chunk size of 500 and 100 overlap works well for this document. I'll do this, connect to here, connect to that. Okay, so what I've done is I've asked it to load these 3 documents and split it. Now what I'm going to do with result is I'm going to insert that into a vector store. And so here is in my vector store, and I'm going to use my Pinecone vector store. And I'm going to now just add in what is the model that I'm going to use to create the embeddings. So I'll search for embeddings here. Use the OpenAI embeddings. Okay, so I'm going to wire up all these documents here. Oops. All right, I've got that, and I'm going to wire up my embeddings. Okay, I already have my Pinecone API key set, and then my environment. I'll add that. Index here is course, and I'm going to use FLNG namespace. Okay. And great. So I have my documents wired up, and then now I'm going to hook up my Pinecone vector store into a conversational retrieval chain. All right, so in this conversational retrieval chain, I will add the link here, and then I'm going to use, again, also the large language model from OpenAI. Right, so I'll select chat models here. Okay. And I will wire this up. And I'm going to add in my API key. Here. All right. So what this application will do is it's going to load these 3 PDF files. It's going to insert, or in this case, we call it upsert, into the vector store. It's going to store it into the Pinecone index called course, and the namespace that we have specified is FLNG namespace. And then we add all of this, wrap everything up in a conversational retrieval QA chain. All right, I'm just going to save it now. I'm going to call it FLNG results. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these PDFs some meta information. So for example, what is the year? What is the quarter of the PDF file? This allows me to give the chatbot additional information when it queries my vector store. So when we look at the chatbot and interact with it, we'll be able to see that in action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the additional parameters, and I'm going to start adding the meta information to it. So I'm going to add a key, year. All right. And then inside here, I'm going to add my value. So this is 2023. All right. So I'm also going to add the quarter. And this is 1Q. So this is the meta information for the first quarter results, year 2023 and quarter 1Q. So I'm just going to repeat that for the next 2. I'm going to add the key name, again, year, save that, and then I'm going to add, this is the 2022 results, and I'm going to add another one here, which is, again, quarter, and specify here the quarter is 4Q. All right. Year and my quarter. Okay. And lastly, for the third PDF, I will do the same thing. Go into here to add year. Specify here is 2022. And quarter is third quarter. Okay, so I've just added the meta information for this. I'll save it again. Okay, now we're going to test it out. I'm just going to ask it, what is the TCE rate for first quarter 2023? So time charter equivalent rate. This is an important metric for FlexLNG. So what it's doing is it's taking this meta information, first quarter 2023, and it will route that information through the Pinecone vector store to the appropriate PDF file that has that information. So I'm going to now ask it for fourth quarter. All right, and it's doing the same thing for the fourth quarter results. And lastly, I'll ask for the third quarter. All right.